Tariq ibn Ziyad was a Muslim commander who led the Islamic Umayyad conquest of Visigothic Hispania in 711 to 718 A.D. Under the orders of the Umayyad Caliph Al-Walid I, he led a large army and crossed the Strait of Gibraltar from the North African coast, consolidating his troops at what is today known as the Rock of Gibraltar. The name Gibraltar is the Spanish derivation of the Arabic name Jabal Ṭāriq, meaning Mountain of Ṭāriq, which is named after him. Origin. Medieval historians give little or no information about Tariq's origins and nationality. Ibn Abd al-Hakam, Ibn al-Atir, al-Tabari and Ibn Khaldun do not say anything on the subject, and have been followed in this by modern works such as the Encyclopedia of Islam and Cambridge History of Islam. There are three different accounts given by a few Arabic histories which all seem to date from between 400 and 500 years after Tariq's time. These are that he was a Persian from Hamadan. He was an Arab member, or freedman of the Saidif clan of the Kinda. He was a Berber from Algeria. Even here there are several different versions, and modern workers who accept a Berber origin tend to settle on one version or another without giving any reason for so doing. The Berber tribes associated with these ancestries were, in Tariq's time, all resident in Tripolitania and in the Maghreb. The earliest reference seems to be the 12th century geographer al-Idrisi, who referred to him as Tariq bin Abd Allah bin Wanamu al-Zanati, without the usual bin Ziyad. The 14th century historian Ibn-Dari gives two versions of Tariq's ancestry. He is referred to as Tariq bin Ziyad bin Abd Allah bin Warfu bin Warfajim bin Nabagazan bin Walas bin Yachufat bin Nafzor, and also as Tariq bin Ziyad bin Abd Allah bin Rafu bin Warfajim bin Yanzasan bin Walas bin Yachufat bin Nafzor. Most historians, Arab and Spanish, seem to agree that he was a slave of the Emir of Ifriqiya, Musa bin Nasser, who gave him his freedom and appointed him a general in his army. But his descendants centuries later denied he had ever been Musa's slave. The earliest reference to him seems to be in the Mozarab Chronicle, written in Latin in 754, which, although written within living memory of the conquest of Spain, refers to him erroneously as Tariq Abazara. Tariq's name is often associated with that of a young slave girl, Hakim, who is said to have crossed to Spain with him, but the nature of the relationship is left obscure. History. Musa bin Nasser appointed Tariq governor of Tangiers after its conquest in 710 to 711, but an unconquered Visigothic outpost remained nearby at Ceuta, a stronghold commanded by a nobleman named Julian. After Roderick came to power in Spain, Julian had, as was the custom, sent his daughter to the court of the Visigothic king to receive an education. It is said that Roderick raped her, and that Julian was so incensed he resolved to have the Muslims bring down the Visigothic kingdom. Accordingly, he entered into a treaty with Tariq to secretly convey the Muslim army across the Straits of Gibraltar, as he owned a number of merchant ships and had his own forts on the Spanish mainland. About April 29, 711, the army of Tariq, composed of recent converts to Islam, was landed at Gibraltar by Julian. Tariq's army contained about 7,000 Berber horsemen, and Musa is said to have sent an additional 5,000 reinforcements after the conquest. Roderick, to meet the threat of Berbers, he assembled an army said to number 100,000. Most of the army was commanded by, and loyal to, the sons of Witiza, whom Roderick had brutally deposed. Tariq won a decisive victory when Roderick was defeated and killed on July 19 at the Battle of Valladolid. On the advice of Julian, Tariq split his army into various divisions which went on to capture Córdoba, Granada and other places, while he remained at the head of the division which captured Toledo and Guadalajara. Tariq was de facto governor of Hispania until the arrival of Musa a year later. Both Tariq and Musa were simultaneously ordered back to Damascus by the Umayyad Caliph Al-Walid I in 714, where they spent the rest of their lives. In the many Arabic histories written about the conquest of southern Spain, there is a definite division of opinion regarding the relationship between Tariq and Musa bin Nasser. Some relate episodes of anger and envy on the part of Musa that his freedmen had conquered an entire country. Others do not mention or play down any such bad blood. On the other hand, another early historian, Al-Baladuri, merely states that Musa wrote Tariq a severe letter and that the two were later reconciled. Speech. The 16th-century historian Ahmed Muhammad al-Makari, in his The Breath of Perfume, places the following speech to the troops in Tariq's mouth before Valladolid: "O my warriors, whither would you flee? Behind you is the sea, before you the enemy. You have left now only the hope of your courage and your constancy. Remember that in this country you are more unfortunate than the orphan seated at the table of the avaricious master. Your enemy is before you, protected by an innumerable army. He has men in abundance, but you, as your only aid, have your own swords, and, as your only chance for life, such chance as you can snatch from the hands of your enemy. If the absolute want to which you are reduced is prolonged ever so little, if you delay to seize immediate success, your good fortune will vanish, and your enemies, whom your very presence has filled with fear, will take courage. Put far from you the disgrace from which you flee in dreams, and attack this monarch who has left his strongly fortified city to meet you. Here is a splendid opportunity to defeat him, if you'll consent to expose yourselves freely to death. Do not believe that I desire to incite you to face dangers which I shall refuse to share with you. In the attack I myself will be in the fort, where the chance of life is always least. Remember that if you suffer a few moments in patience, you'll afterward enjoy supreme delight. Do not imagine that your fate can be separated from mine, and rest assured that if you fall, I shall perish with you, or avenge you. You have heard that in this country there are a large number of ravishingly beautiful Greek maidens. Their graceful forms are draped in sumptuous gowns on which gleam pearls, coral, and purest gold, and they live in the palaces of royal kings. The commander of true believers, Al-Walid, son of Abdul-Malik, has chosen you for this attack from among all his Arab warriors, and he promises that you shall become his comrades and shall hold the rank of kings in this country. Such is his confidence in your intrepidity. The one fruit which he desires to obtain from your bravery is that the word of God shall be exalted in this country, and that the true religion shall be established here. The spoils will belong to yourselves. Remember that I place myself in the front of this glorious charge which I exhort you to make. At the moment when the two armies meet hand to hand, you'll see me, never doubt it, seeking out this Roderick, tyrant of his people, challenging him to combat, if God is willing. If I perish after this, I will have had at least the satisfaction of delivering you, and you will easily find among you an experienced hero, to whom you can confidently give the task of directing you. But should I fall before I reach to Roderick, redouble your ardor, force yourselves to the attack and achieve the conquest of this country. In depriving him of life, with him dead, his soldiers will no longer defy you.